Since the dawn of time, Machamp EX has been criminally underrated. Most EX Pokemon carry all this fancy text on them, selfishly forcing players to actually read in Pokemon Pocket. But not Machamp, the people's EX Pokemon. Machamp keeps things simple. What you see is what you get, and what a sight for the eyes he is. With 180 HP and a Mega Punch attack that deals 120 damage, raw stats is what Machamp is all about, and these stats deliver. Mega Punch hits Arceus super effectively, delivering a one-hit KO onto the Meta King. What makes Machamp so great in this metagame environment is the fact that he provides you with an advantageous matchup against the top-tier meta deck and its #1 counter. Machamp's bulk and powerful, consistent damage output allows it to bully Lucario decks as well. Machamp doesn't just match up well into the meta, he destroys it. Today's deck brings a fighting lineup designed to pivot efficiently with Leaf. Druddigon, Sudowoodo, and Hitmonlee are there to support a Machamp EX sweep. Sudowoodo helps apply pressure onto Dialga in the Arceus matchup, headbutting it for 50 damage to make sure it doesn't get to ramp on us unscathed. Hitmonlee attacks the bench, allowing us to put bigger Pokemon at Mega Punch range, while also weakening Stage 2 threats, eliminating them before they get to do what they do best. Druddigon defends against early aggression, while also buying us a turn in the endgame. Its rough skin weakening its attacker so that Machamp can end them. Machamp EX is a hidden gem within the fighting types. While he may lack others' flashy skills, his simplicity delivers. And sometimes, simple is best. What Pokemon should I build Druddigon next? You decide. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket decks here daily. Have a swell day. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. I get to play Machamp again. And I don't know what it is about this Pokemon, but I love it. I love playing Machamp. I know Gallade is where all the attention is at now, but damn, Machamp is just... It's just so damn nice. We have an Arceus going second. As we're in a Pokeball here, we have Machoke in hand already. And, I'm gonna drop this Druddigon. Even though I give them a potential Sabrina here, but... I do want to play around a random Mars because I do think Dialga Arceus decks should be running Mars. They have a Rocky Helmet on this. So I'm going to place energy onto Machop and I'm going to Machoke here. But I do not want to retreat just yet. Because there's two things that could happen here. I could draw into another basic Pokemon and then retreat after and not be vulnerable to a Sabrina bringing me back in. Or I could even top deck into Machamp, preemptively evolve so that I can withstand the ultimate force and then retaliate. They're playing Arceus with Probopass? I'm going to go for the Pokemon Communication right now because I can either find Machamp or a basic. And both work. I find Machamp. And because we find Machamp, we're going to use Machamp's raw bulk here to just basically be like, hey, come at me, bro. Come at me, I can take your hit. And I can knock you out right back. As simple as that. I can take it. Yeah, run. Yeah, exactly. Get the hell out of here. So it's Dialga Arceus, but, you know, with Probopass. And I got the raw bulk to knock this thing out. Now the question here is, if I knock this out, I go to 160. If they bring in Dialga and hit me for 30, then I drop down to 130. So I can potion right after that, hit the Dialga, and then Cyrus for the win. So we are not moving. We are not budging. We are making... Or I could just like... No. This line of play works. Like, what stops this? Like, this hit is so hard. They cannot stop us from 2 KOing. So I am gonna drop this Hitmonlee, but I'm gonna stay in. Like, this Machamp is not budging. I am mega punching. He don't care. And because of my 180 HP, I am able to prevent a Giovanni from knocking me out, even though they would need more than that because they still need like Giovanni and 2 other Pokemon here. But Potion comes into play here. You gotta make use of. Okay, they done to enable the heavy impact, but I am so thick. I am so damn thick that I do not care. I have this potion, which puts me 100% out of range. Energy onto Hitmonlee, because reasons, and we Mega Punch. Dialga is our target now. This thickness is going to prove too much for them. They play Adamant. I mean, yeah, but that's not enough. They don't even try to run here. I mean, to be fair, like, they can't pivot into Arceus. Oh man, what a Chad. Just stayed in the front line, never backed down, and just took down everything in front of him. You gotta love this guy. Round 2 against Officer Bucket. Going first again against Water. We are... I don't want to say blessed with the Machop lead. Machop lead is very appealing when you're going second, but when you're going first... what? Okay, that's definitely not what I was expecting. Double Pokeball. Hitmonlee. And Sudowoodo. Who do we deploy here? They can't attack me with this Ditto, so I do not want to place Rocky Helmet just yet. If they Sabrina me, I'm going to drop Hitmonlee because they definitely got to play stuff in the bench. They can't just like play Ditto. And I'm going to keep Sudowoodo in hand because I do have Pokemon Communication, so I want to... I want to keep my options open. I think I will need... From what I'm seeing right now, I think Hitmonlee will be more useful than Sudowoodo this game. Did they play Glaceon? What is this Ditto in Pure Water? I have another Machop here. I kind of want to use this one as just a sponge and build this one up in the back. And then apply a Rocky Helmet here. Because it's important for us to send in Machamp without taking any prior damage. That's going to make a big difference. And Machamp, looking at this board, like Machamp can just like one-shot everything. Including a Glaceon after the Rocky Helmet hit. That's a Leafeon. Oh, okay, the plot thickens. That means they play Irida. They do not Forest Breath, though. I don't know why. I know I give them the point here. But unless they have... I mean, a Cape allows them to bypass this. But I'm not going to play around Cape for the time being. I'm gonna let this Pokemon take the hit. They play Steel as well. Okay. Giant Cape counter is what I want to do here. And obviously, like, okay, so they don't attack us. They do not attack us because they are expecting that, which is actually good for us. I can use this to just force healing out of them. They run all kinds. Oh my god, what is this? Definitely expecting them to play Irida, even though with 3 different energy, I don't even know anymore. I have no idea what I'm facing, but none of these energies apply to me. So this Ditto is fundamentally useless. Now they Solar Beam. And we have an extra turn to find Machamp. And an extra turn may be all we need. Let's go for that communication. We didn't end up drawing any Pokemon. We basically left in the deck. There's a Druddigon. There's a Druddigon, another Machoke, and 2 Machamps. 50% chance. Here we go. Crap. Now they can heal. I don't even know if they play Irida anymore, though, because with 3 different energy types... Okay, no Irida. So as long as they have... Okay, interesting. They're probably playing the new Exeggutor. Or sorry, the regular Exeggutor, but not the first one, the second one. There's quite a few of them now. The non-EX new version, basically. Can I find Machamp with this research? I mean, I'm bound to, right? Like the odds. Okay, there we go. Okay, in the double. All right, there's my boy. There's my boy. Let's pivot. Right back into you. Let's put a giant cape onto you. Give you that presence. And one punch them to death. The Ditto is interesting. I do like Exeggutor, like the non-EX, the Psychic Exeggutor. I actually like that a lot. I think it's a lot better than people... It's very underplayed. Oh. Oh, shit. I mean, we tank this. But we do not one-shot you. Unless I top deck a Cyrus. Oh my god. Oh. That prior hit from Hitmonlee actually ended up mattering. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill this Ditto like 5 times, but damn, that was that was so close. Oh, I went from embarrassed to relieved in like a second. Oh my god. All right, round 3 against Breath. What was that game? This time we're finally going second. We're leading off with Machamp every single time, but this time around going second is quite different because Machamp going second is actually low-key terrifying, as we are threatening 190 damage over the span of 3 turns. And it's exactly the kind of lead that we want to see against something like Moltres. Obviously, we're threatening that, but we need to find our pieces. Right now, with this hand, we have a Pokeball and a bunch of trainer cards that are not Professor's Research. So we are at the mercy of our draws here. But Pokeball can thin our deck out of a basic to help us find set pieces. They go for a Cape onto Moltres. Our Machamp can survive a Flare Blitz from Infernape. Let's go for the Pokeball right there. As we find the Hitmonlee. Do we pivot into Hitmonlee? Yes, we do. We don't have Machoke. We don't have Machamp. I'm going to play with the cards that I'm given. And I'm going to stretch and try to kick this Chimchar. I could get Sabrina here. It is a possibility. But I think this deck is running Cyrus. Cyrus and Dawn. So there's a good chance they don't have Sabrina. They go for a Pokemon Communication. Really hunting for that Monferno. We keep kicking. We keep attacking the Chimchar. We keep kicking the Monkey Baby. They do find the Monferno, which allows them to survive this next kick. The Rocky Helmet may actually serve a purpose here. 1 energy. Okay, so that they can still set up a... If they have Infernape, they can still just bring it in. But they need Infernape plus a Pivot trainer card. I wasn't going to say spell. I'm going to go for the Rocky Helmet onto Hitmonlee. In case that happens, and I'm going to continue to kick the Teenager now. That's 60 damage onto the Infernape, which puts it at Mega Punch range. They go for a Giant Cape to further protect it. Okay, that puts it out of range for another stretch kick here. They go for another Inferno Dam. This is why I don't like the Moltres Infernape combination. I just think you're better off playing Charizard. Like, I understand Moltres plays well with Dawn, but so does Charizard. You know, I just feel like all this excess energy is kind of pointless here because it's all going to be discarded. We get that research we really wanted because we want to see that Machoke. Oh, okay, there we go. We're still vulnerable though. The thing is, the cape doesn't make a difference. Like if they Sabrina us, then we just die anyways. But we just keep kicking. That's 90 damage, 70 damage if we factor it. It's at 100 HP now, basically, the Infernape. They go for the Pokeball. They find another Chimchar there. And they Heat Blast us. And we're going to be able to deal with the Monferno. That's huge. And the Rocky Helmet on this Hitmonlee is important because 2 consecutive hits will put the Moltres at Mega Punch range. We draw into another Research, which feels glorious. Pokeball and Druddigon. I'm gonna draw another Machop. At this point, we prioritize the Machop and we keep the Druddigon in the back. We place energy onto this Machoke. And we stretch again. And get rid of the Monferno before it becomes Infernape. We did manage to kill the teenager before it became an adult. That sounds kind of dark, but it's true. They Heat Blast again. I have Leaf in hand, so I can pivot if I don't find it. But with this Pokemon Communication, it can allow me to find that Machamp. And that Rocky Helmet aligns this Moltres perfectly. For our Mega Punch. Pokemon Communication. Now, our chances, it's either Sudowoodo, double Machamp. 66% chance. And your boy never misses. Booyah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, it just feels so nice when you get that exact lethal. MVP, though. MVP. Round 4. First again. We're facing Steel, so we lead off. I mean, we have another choice, but we're very happy to lead off with Sudowoodo here. To try to punish that Dialga lead. And then we have Pokeball, Machoke, and Machamp. It'd be so much better if we're going second, though. Against Arceus, you just definitely want to be going second, because Dialga going second is... It just allows the Arceus to potentially come in so fast, but we got that matchup here with Sudowoodo here. We really want to find that Machop, sorry. So we want to Professor's Research before we Pokeball to potentially thin the deck or just find it there immediately. Because we want more basics, basically. I have Leaf, so I'm going to deploy these in case, again, because I do believe that Dialga deck should be playing Mars. Like, if I play Dialga Arceus, I would find a way to slot in Mars because it just works really well. Because once one of them goes down, Mars can be really powerful, and a lot of people are playing into Mars and Red Card nowadays. So I would run one Mars in these decks. No Rocky Helmet, which is nice to see. We're gonna Professor's Research again. I like Rocky Helmet onto Sudowoodo. Wearing this thing down. We're not gonna develop this other Machop here because we may end up in a situation where we don't want to be vulnerable to Sabrina, but we want to start headbutting this and racking up the damage. Rocky Helmet will allow us to counter the Shaman healing. We may have to resort to playing Machop, though, to buy us a little bit more time. We're going to headbutt here. Place the energy onto Machoke. This is what I mean by going... If we go second, we have such a... You know, the person who goes second in a matchup like this has a big advantage. It's like, there's no denying it. But I've damaged this Dialga enough to leave it vulnerable to Osiris. They go for the ultimate force. We hit them with the Rocky Helmet. We must send Hitmonlee to the front here. Problem is a Sabrina, right? So I think in hindsight, I should have, because now I depend on drawing into a cape. So I should have played the Machop earlier because I could evolve into Machoke, and if I draw into another Machamp, I can protect against Sabrina. But if I don't do this now, then I succumb to the Sabrina now. So if drawing into a giant cape would be everything here. I don't want to die to a Sabrina, which would have caught me now. Oh, I need giant cape would be huge here. Yeah, see, I would have been able to evolve this. I made a mistake. I could pay the price for this. I could pay the price for this. I should have played them the Machop so that I could evolve into Machamp, and then I would be able to protect against this. That was my misplay. I really have to hope they don't have it. Okay, they dropped this in, so that means they do not have it. That's huge. I don't have Cyrus myself, but I can't ask for everything. I have all the pieces here. I got the bulk. They have the second Arceus there. They could have Dawn. They do not have Dawn. Okay. This is huge. This is actually huge. Because now I do protect against a Sabrina. By evolving here, preserving everything else in my hand, and I Mega Punch them. And I lock him out. This is the difference between Machamp and Gallade. Machamp deals damage consistently, regardless of the damage. This would have been 90 damage, but now it's 120. Which means any combination of like potions into Cape with Shaman is not enough. If I hit this for 90, they could stall by not placing energy onto this and buying some time to build up energy in the back. Potentially, of course. But now with double Machamp, I am set to go. And we're about to take down the #1 deck in the game while going second, leading off with Dialga. Which is massive. Absolutely massive. I did make a misplay though. In hindsight, think ahead and actually notice that you're going to be forced to drop that Machop to not succumb to Sabrina early. And just, you know, if you have to go first and they just apply this kind of pressure, just try to build up the second Machamp. So you're not vulnerable to Sabrina like that. But they're locked out. We don't have Cyrus, but we don't need it. I think they rage quit. I think they rage quit. And honestly, this kind of pisses me off because, like, you're literally like net decking the strongest deck, and you're gonna rage quit on me. Fine. I'm gonna punch you so hard. Send you out of the stratosphere. Yeah. Disconnecting. Anywhere with my meta deck. That's right. We're on a roll. And every time I say that, I jinx myself. But we're going second against fighting. Because we're going up against fighting, I may just be compelled to lead off with Druddigon here, actually. Preserve my Sudowoodo in hand. Okay. I wasn't expecting Arceus. When I see fighting, I don't expect Arceus, but I'm not against it. I have 2 basic Pokemon already. My deck has 2 Machops and 1 Hitmonlee. So, odds are... Okay, Arceus, Garchomp. What the hell? I do want to drop the Sudowoodo as well. We have double leaf, so we can pivot the Druddigon out. I definitely want to say, like, this is not, like, Druddigon is not good in this situation. Because they can bring in the Garchomp. But they're placing energy onto the Arceus instead. They already evolved into Gabite. Oh boy. I need to find Machamp and I need to find Leaf. If I can do that, I can knock this out in one hit now that they place a Rocky Helmet onto it. I'm gonna keep this Machop in hand because Pokemon communication could be a thing. They play Tyranitar as well? Holy. Well, there's Hitmonlee. But at this point, I just want to develop Machop. Let's see if they go for the ultimate force attack here. I have 11 cards in my deck. 2 Professor's Research, 2 Machamps, 1 Pokemon Communication. There are odds that I don't draw into it. So I'm gonna bring in Sudowoodo. Just in case. Okay, I wasn't gonna draw into it. I'm a coward. I'm a coward, but I had to play it safe because I could not have drawn the Machamp there. And then losing all the energy onto this would have set me back. This does make me vulnerable to Sabrina now, but because they play 2 Stage 2s and Arceus, I do not think they play Sabrina. I really don't. And even if they do, they have to like spend a lot of time. The good thing is the combination of Cape and Potion allows me to survive with one of these two. Like if they try to two-shot one of the Pokemon in the back instead of dealing with my Machamp, I can Giant Cape and Potion onto something. 1 Potion onto this does not protect it. X speed to retrieve with it, okay. I stand by my play though. Like, it was a safe play. I have to play safe. And now we don't have to worry about Garchomp. Now we just win. Because we place that energy onto Sudowoodo. We don't resort to Leaf here. Actually, we do. We can just start placing energy onto you instead. Yeah, let's just go for Leaf here. In case we want to build up a second Machamp, we retreat into Machoke. And we bring in the big boss. And we got that HP to survive any hit. And they're gone. Or not? Okay, no. I mean, the timing of that was a little bit sus. Maybe they threw their phone and they just picked it back up like, oh. Yeah, they're gonna do the classic. I'm gonna show you my last attack. And then I'm gonna quit. Or not. Okay, you know, you deserve the like. Garalipi. That is 5-0. Machamp 5-0. Penta win in a row? That's kind of redundant. Yeah. God, I'm gonna get demonetized. Editor, bleep the F word there. I don't want the Obama's video all over again. Round 6. Can we make it 6-0? Against fighting. We have the Hitmonlee lead. And they got the Riolu. We have Machoke and Machamp already. Machop? Is that you? Machop? Machop. Machop, you. I think in this matchup, our game plan is very simple. We try to deploy 3 basic Pokemon, no more. And then we ride Machamp to victory. The problem is Rampardos. So I may be compelled to kick this. I don't know though. I don't know. I'm not sure because I think we just may be better off. No, this potion is very relevant. This potion is actually very, very relevant. What do we do here? Do we kick the Skull Fossil, which is a big threat? But if we do that and we place the energy onto this, our Machamp gets delayed. But if we can threaten this with a bunch of damage, all we need to do is find another basic. Okay, we do that. They hit us. We put an energy here. They kill us. We put energy here while sending something else in. This is an important decision. Rampardos is the biggest threat to us. I'm also vulnerable to a Sabrina by doing this. But I really want to try and deal with that Skull Fossil. Like, force them to have that Cranidos. They Sabrina us. Okay, we're going to take a hit here. They discard the Fossil and they play another one. Okay. If we could have tried to go for a... Let me go for this Pokemon Communication now. We could have tried to go for this earlier. I'm going to keep this Sudowoodo because I may... I don't know if I'm going to find another... Yeah, Druddigon is nice as well. Druddigon may actually be better than Sudowoodo here. The problem is now I'm vulnerable to a Cyrus. This is a problem. Yeah, I could have tried to go for the Pokemon Communication to navigate around Sabrina, honestly, because that was the thing that I was vulnerable to. So that was worth going for. Yeah, that's a misplay on my end, honestly. Like, the more I think about it, it's just purely a misplay. I'm gonna drop the Druddigon here. I'm going to leave. Place energy onto you and kick the Skull Fossil again. If I can deny Rampardos this game, then my Machamp can still sweep, but it is... Okay, there's no Cyrus this turn. They could find another Lucario, though, which allows them to one-shot my Hitmonlee. No, they discard the Fossil. Huge. No Rampardos. No Rampardos this game, ladies and gentlemen. That is everything. That is absolutely everything. Now I do evolve into Machamp. And do I play this Machop? At this point, I believe I do. I stretch kick to the Riolu. Now I'm ready for a Cyrus. Because I just need to top deck into a... I already played the potion as the problem. I need a Giant Cape. I need a Giant Cape here, because I'm expecting the Cyrus now, but they still haven't gotten a point on us. Neither have us, but they definitely have, like, any sort of, like, please... Okay, there's the Cyrus. No Lucario yet, though. Giant Cape would be everything. Okay, no Giant Cape, but we have to place the energy here. And we must Mega Punch. We need them to not top deck Lucario here. They have Cranidos and Rampardos in the deck, so some of those cards must be on their hand amongst their draws. Oh! Okay. 6-0! So, this matchup was a lot harder than it should have been, to be honest. My mistake was not going for Pokemon Communication early to find that third basic. My odds were really good at that point. So not going for the Pokemon Communication and dropping that excess Machoke that I had, or I don't recall exactly what it was, but I had a Pokemon in hand that was extra. Not going for the Pokemon Communication because the only thing that it was literally one Machamp in my deck and everything else was a basic Pokemon. So I should have gone for that Pokemon Communication to protect against Sabrina. Because the only way that can reach my Machoke there is with Sabrina. And I could have countered that and I would not have been put in that predicament. But ultimately, I do stand by, even though I was going first, going for the Hitmonlee play, because Rampardos is the biggest threat. If I deal with Rampardos, and my Machamp doesn't get Sabrina and takes a hit, Machamp just easily sweeps them. Like, easily sweeps them. One-shots everything on their deck, and has way too much bulk for them to power through. So we did get a little bit lucky that with their draws, but that's the whole point of forcing them to discard the 2 fossils, right? Like, they probably had a bunch of Cranidos and Rampardos in hand that they could no longer use. But even when you win a game, it's important to go back on and be like, okay, what did I do wrong? How could I have avoided this situation? And while Pokemon Pocket is a simple game, every single decision carries a lot of weight, and it's important to acknowledge when you make a mistake, so that you don't do so in the future. But yeah, I went on quite the yapping session here, but I think this game was really interesting because of that. Because I definitely did blunder. And I did blunder in the Arceus match earlier as well. I did blunder there. I don't recall exactly what blunder I made, but I made a couple of misplays in today's video, but nonetheless, this deck is still just phenomenal. Because it may seem, it's just like another fighting deck to counter Arceus, but it actually is a fighting deck that matches up well into Lucario. So this guy is slept on a lot. It's just the raw stats, the 180 HP, the 120 damage. It's all perfect. It really aligns well, and the deck makes good use of Leaf too. So yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hope you enjoyed the games. Have a soul day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.